From Spectrum Center, ADSN presents coverage of Hornets basketball tonight from uptown Charlotte. It is the Charlotte Hornets and the New York Knicks, along with former NBA sharpshooter Anthony Murrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and Anthony, tonight is a matchup that the Hornets will be seeking redemption from one of the biggest chokes in recent memory when the Knicks walked them down from a plus 20 deficit to beat the Hornets in overtime, 126-124.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, like I always say, you got to keep the momentum going. You can't let up against any team in the NBA. It's the most competitive league in the world, in my opinion. And I was at that game. I actually brought my son to watch that game, and I saw the debacle happen. And, tonight I think they're going to be a lot more focused. They're playing a better brand of basketball right now. We got Kemba Walker, obviously all-star starter. Proud of him.
Now, debacle is a great word for that game. The Hornets looking past things, and we'll get to their positioning in terms of playoffs in a moment. James Borrego, moments ago.
They play hard. They're aggressive. Their defense has really picked up, trying to turn people over. So we got to run good offense, not turn the ball over. But no matter what, it starts with our defense. I want to see an aggressive defense out there tonight. We've limited them, all season defensively. We did not in the fourth quarter last time against these guys. But I expect our defense to get it done tonight.
Now, three keys to the game. No letdown for the Hornets. They can ill afford a letdown because of the playoff positioning and because of the fact they are on paper, Anthony, so much better than the Knicks. How critical is it for the Hornets to get out front and stay out front of this team tonight?
Got to keep your foot on their necks the whole game. The Knicks are obviously right now spiraling a little bit out of control. Obviously, they're one of the worst teams in the East. It's a huge opportunity. Even if Kemba doesn't play, it's a huge opportunity for the younger guys to come in and take advantage of the opportunity. But they can't have any let-ups right now. Coach Borrego talked about that you just have to keep the momentum going and keep the energy positive.
Also, controlling the glass precipitates second chance points. The Hornets need to get and stay on the glass, especially, Anthony, on the offensive side.
Definitely got to stay on the glass. With Cody not playing tonight, it takes away another guy that you can get on the glass. And we play against these athletic young guys. You got to make sure that they don't get those second chance opportunities that leads to three-pointers. That's how you end up giving up 125, 130 points.
And Coach James Borrego always emphasizes keeping the other team under 27 points per quarter. They would love to have the Knicks under 100 points tonight.
Yeah, it should be something that they should be able to do. That's feasible right there. But obviously, if you let a team get hot, they got a guy in Trey Burke that I saw last year come in here and have about 45 points. So he's one of those guys. He played well last night, even though they lost. Can't let people like that get rolling off the bench. So you got to keep the really defensive momentum moving and make sure that you're bringing that every single possession.
Let's talk about you mentioned all-star starter Kemba Walker. This is his first career all-star start, his third appearance. James Borrego talked about how big it was for the players to vote Kemba in, and that's how highly this league thinks of Kemba Walker. Absolutely,
and I've known Kemba for years. He is, Coach Borrego say he's the lifeblood in that locker room, and you can 100% tell that he is. He was that in high school. I think at Rice in the Bronx. He was that at UConn. He's been that for the team, not only the team, but for the city of Charlotte. Everybody loves him here. Great guy, even better person off the court than he is on the court. Got to be happy for him. Says a lot about the guys voting him in for him to be the first starter. He's having a great year. The Hornets are in the playoffs. So sky's the limit for him, man. I'm proud of him.
Kemba Walker is almost the equivalent to, in my eyes, like an Allen Iverson, able to slither his way in the lane, create contact, get the bucket. Besides the explosive first step that Kemba Walker possesses, what else makes him so good, Anthony?
It's herky-jerky, man. That's what we call it. He can his ability to change directions on a dime kind of takes up for his size. It's hard to guard that. He can get in and out of pick and rolls, split pick and rolls. He's shooting the ball extremely well the last couple years. And you get Kemba making threes, it's almost unstoppable to guard him.
Speaking of herky-jerky, I ran into Tim Hardaway Sr. a couple of months ago as he watches Tim Hardaway Jr., and I said, man, I used to try to emulate your killer crossover in the playground all the time. But is he like that kind of explosive herky-jerky guy? Is that a fair comparison between Tim Hardaway Sr. and Kemba Walker?
I like that. That's a great comparison. You're talking about guys that handle the ball, can get lower than their defender, and score and get to the rim and make jump shots. Really hard to guard those kind of guys.
Now, for the sake of the standings, the Charlotte Hornets are 23-25. They're in 8th place, and if the regular season ended today, the Hornets would be a playoff team, but it is critical because the kind of bee swarm between the Pistons and the Heat and the Orlando Magic, the East is relentlessly competitive, Anthony.
It is, and I've been saying that for the last couple of years. Teams aren't as good, obviously, people say in the West, but I think the discrepancy is a little bit closer than people give it credit for. The East is great right now. It's really competitive. A lot of young teams fighting for that last spot, and it's going to be interesting to see how the season unfolds.
Upcoming schedule for the Charlotte Hornets. They travel to play Boston for a cup of tea on the road Wednesday, and then they play Memphis and Chicago back-to-back Friday and Saturday. And, of course, ADSN is your place for Hornets coverage. For Anthony Murrow, I'm Ryan Hedrick. We will return in the postgame show with the analysis and the breakdown of this one. It's the Knicks and the Hornets from Uptown Charlotte tonight.